We are taking you into the news right now with the Fox 45 news feed. It's 11 a.m. Opening statements in Marilyn Mosby's federal trial are being pushed back. Coming up, what's to blame for the delay just 2 days into the trial? They lost their children in the Brooklyn Homes mass shooting, and now they're taking legal action. Ahead, how a new lawsuit is accusing city leadership of failing to act. And Fox 45 News is continuing to push for answers about the city's Safe Streets program following an FBI raid. Coming up, how the issue could become a focus for voters in the upcoming race for mayor. Fox 45 News Midday starts now.
Live from WBFF in Baltimore, this is Fox 45 News Midday.
Thanks for joining us for Fox 45 News Midday. I'm Patrice Sanders. Developing now in a city in crisis, there are new calls for accountability as Baltimore City leaders double down in their support of the city's Safe Streets program. It's been less than a week since an FBI conducted 15 raids related to Safe Streets, and just yesterday, the Board of Estimates gave the group a $3.6 million grant. Fox 45 News is continuing to press Mayor Scott for answers on why the city is giving more money to Safe Streets right now. Olivia Dance outside City Hall with his response. Olivia. We're going to get that as soon as we can. Former Mayor Sheila Dixon introduced Safe Streets back in 2007. Now, 16 years later, amid another run for mayor, Dixon is questioning the direction of the program. Well, Fox 45 News has been pressing the Baltimore City Council since this story first broke. Most members of the council support an audit of Safe Streets, but right now they do not support an independent investigation of the program. We sent questions to all city council members, including, will you pass a resolution to review how nonprofits spend tax dollars? Should the Safe Streets contracts with Catholic Charities and LifeBridge be audited? And is it time to open the books about the Safe Streets operation? We're asking you now, do you trust Mayor Brandon Scott to get to the bottom of what's going on with Safe Streets? Of those who have voted, 96% say no. You can head to foxbaltimore.com/vote to make your voice heard. Opening statements in the federal trial of former Baltimore City State's Attorney Marilyn Mosby will not happen today. They're being pushed to Monday now because a jury still hasn't been seated. Fox 45 News spoke with one legal expert who says it's not uncommon for the process to take a long time.
It's really, although not discussed, it's not at all uncommon for voir dire to take longer than the case itself. In Baltimore City, if we have a gang case, or we have a case that has been highly publicized, oftentimes you could take you 2 to 3 days or 4 days in a co-defendant trial or a high publicity one to pick a jury when the case itself only takes 2 days of witness testimony. So not terribly surprising, but it's not something the public is often aware of.
And then jury selection was paused yesterday when the courthouse had to be briefly shut down because of a bomb scare. The judge says she hopes to get all jurors sworn in today because court does not convene on Fridays, so it'll restart again Monday. Marilyn Mosby is facing 4 federal charges. This trial will focus on 2 of those charges, both of them for perjury. Stay with Fox 45 News. We'll have complete coverage of the Mosby case each day. Be sure to download the Fox 45 News app and turn on notifications to get breaking developments even when we're not on the air. Happening today, memorial services continue for Baltimore City Fire Captain Dylan Ronaldo. He is one of 2 firefighters killed fighting a Northwest Baltimore fire last month. This was the scene Wednesday outside of Deodorant Funeral Home in Dundalk. Now, there will be a second viewing today, and then funeral services are set for tomorrow morning at the Cathedral of Mary Our Queen on Charles Street. Developing now at the Live Center, Israeli troops are advancing toward Gaza, and there is new word. The Palestinian death toll has now surpassed 9,000. According to UNICEF, 400 children have been killed or injured every day since Israel's bombardment of Gaza started back on October 7th. So here's a powerful image for you. This is a visual of the catastrophic damage after a second Israeli airstrike hit a Gaza refugee camp yesterday. Now, what you see is the satellite image before the bomb hits. That's this picture. And now, after, local reports claim that dozens of refugees were killed in the strike. Israeli Defense Forces say they were targeting one of Hamas's top operatives and infrastructure. Fox 45 is partnering with Magenta Vita Dome for Sinclair Cares humanitarian relief for Israel. The Red Cross affiliate is providing emergency medical aid for people in Israel. To help, you can scan the QR code on your screen or go to sinclaircares.com. 11:05 and making headlines now. A trial to determine if the 14th Amendment's insurrectionist ban applies to former President Donald Trump continues today in Colorado. A group has filed a lawsuit looking to bar Trump from the state's 2024 ballot. Wednesday, the judge denied a motion to throw the case out. Today, Donald Trump's son, Eric, is set to take the stand in the New York civil fraud trial. That lawsuit against Donald Trump, his sons, and Trump Organization executives alleges a long-running fraud scheme. Trump's oldest son, Donald Jr., testified Wednesday he was not involved in preparing financial documents for his father's company. Tomorrow, President Biden and First Lady Dr. Jill Biden will visit Maine and pay their respects to the victims of last week's deadly mass shooting. They'll be in Lewiston, where a gunman opened fire at a bar in a bowling alley, killing 18 people and injuring 13 others. Download the Fox 45 News app for up-to-the-minute traffic conditions, breaking news, and weather anytime. Search WBFF in your app store. Kids have security blankets, and apparently some adults have security pillows. There is a new trend on TikTok of people talking about how much they love their yellow pillows, what they are, and why doctors are warning against them. And it's something parents of young kids know well. Child care costs are soaring. Coming up, how they compare to inflation. And DoorDash is adding a new warning to some orders. Coming up, how the app is trying to combat orders with no tips.
After a very cold start to the day, we are getting ready for a cool afternoon. Temperatures will be well below average. Highs will reach the upper 40s and the low 50s, but we'll have plenty of sunshine. The good news is that over the weekend, we'll have warmer temperatures, perfect for spending time outside. I'll have a closer look at just how warm it gets coming up in my full forecast.
Fox 45 News, winner of 16 2022 Regional Emmy Awards, more than all other Baltimore news stations combined.
11:10 and taking a look at your social stream now. The former street gang leader charged with orchestrating the 1996 killing of Tupac Shakur is expected to plead not guilty to murder. Dwayne Davis is due to be arraigned in a Nevada courtroom today. He was arrested in late September. Prosecutors say Davis admitted in a memoir to playing a role in Tupac's 1996 death. So here's what you're saying about it. Let's see how it goes. Justice should be served. Another person saying, I just want to know the truth. I feel he is just a scapegoat they need for closure. Well, it's something that parents already know. The cost of childcare is skyrocketing, dramatically outpacing overall inflation. According to new data from the Bank of America Institute, payments are up a whopping 32% over the last 3 years. The Consumer Price Index was up 20% over that same time. So parents are feeling it. One person saying one major thing to consider before having kids is child care costs. I live in a low-income area, and daycare can easily cost $2,000 a month. We are considered lucky, only paying $1,300 a month. Another one saying, I spend $500 on daycare, $1,000 on groceries, and that's $1,500 from my pay, and I didn't really pay for anything yet. Cost of living is crazy. Samuel Adams is bringing back its ultra-strong beer, Utopias. Has an alcohol level of 28% ABV. It is banned in 15 states, though Maryland is not one of them. If you want to try it, it's not cheap, though. It is $240 for a 24-ounce bottle. Here's what you have to say about that. They brought back Utopia. Nice. Still got to find a bottle to try. Doubt it'll hit as hard anymore, but would be fun to try and see if I can work it into a cocktail. You got $240. Another one saying, does your liver hurt just looking at this? Still ahead. It hasn't happened in 9 years, but this year, the city is on track to see fewer than 300 killings. We'll look at what's helping drive down the city's homicide rate. But first, they lost their children in the Brooklyn Homes mass shooting, and now they are suing. Coming up, how the families are accusing the city of wrongdoing. 11:12 now on Fox 45 News Midday. (11:14 now. Fox 45 News is continuing to press Mayor Scott for answers on why the city is giving more money to Safe Streets right now. We want to go back out to Olivia Dance, who is outside of City Hall, with his response. Olivia.
That FBI raid at the Bel Air Edison Safe Streets site continues to loom over the leaders here at City Hall. And now Mayor Brandon Scott is finally speaking out about the investigation. Take a listen to what he said.
We work with our federal partners every day and will continue to do so throughout this investigation.
The FBI raiding 15 locations. 3 Safe Streets employees are suspended. The Bel Air Edison location is currently inactive, and at least one person is facing state-level charges. Mayor Scott says he agrees there should be an audit of the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement, also known as MONSE, which oversees Safe Streets. The mayor says he Spoke with Comptroller Bill Henry about moving forward with an audit of Mosby, but an audit will take time and requires voters to approve a charter amendment to ensure that Mosby stays on the list of routine audits. Fox 45 News pressed the mayor on why he can't just direct Mosby to be more transparent on how it's spending taxpayer dollars. Take a listen to his response.
The voters of Baltimore voted to have audits, and they voted to have them in this way. And I can't direct the Department of Audits to do that because they don't work for me. We have
But you can tell Mosby to do it.
We've talked to the comptroller, who is in charge of doing audits for the city, and he and I agree that it should be done, and we're going to do it the way that the voters, the residents of Baltimore, said it should be done by the comptroller.
It's not clear when the audit will be complete, but it is clear that Mayor Scott still supports the Safe Streets program as it's central to his crime-fighting strategy. The mayor saying the current probe is just about the actions of a few and not the whole program. Also yesterday, some key stakeholders involved in the Safe Streets program were walking into the mayor's office. Fox 45 News asked his team what that meeting was about, but so far we haven't heard anything back. For now, reporting outside City Hall, I'm Olivia Dance, Fox 45 News, Midday.
A new lawsuit is developing on behalf of the families of 18-year-old Aaliyah Gonzalez and 20-year-old Khalees Fagbemi. The two were killed in the Brooklyn Homes mass shooting. Those two families now suing the city and the state for $50 million. It comes months after Baltimore Police Commissioner Richard Worley admitted police made mistakes in their response to the shooting. The city released an after-action report, and one key finding for Aaliyah Gonzalez's mother is that police knew about the event days before it happened, but at one point they said they didn't.
The night my daughter was shot, that's the same thing they said. The very first thing they said is we didn't know about it until earlier today. And I said to my husband, then they're lying.
So far, police have arrested 5 people, including a 14-year-old boy in connection to the shooting, but no one has been directly charged with the deaths of Gonzalez and Fagbemi. Now, despite continued crime in the city, Baltimore is on pace to remain under 300 homicides for the first time in 9 years. Now the question becomes, what is the driving factor behind the falling homicide and non-fatal shooting rates? The mayor's office, the city's state's attorney, and the U.S. attorney for Maryland all taking part of the credit. Our Shannon Lilly took a closer look into why this year has seen such a dip.
Well, there could be a few contributing factors to that improvement, and frankly, it depends on who you ask. The mayor is attributing that reduction in violence to his violence reduction programs in part. Take a listen.
When you have that comprehensive approach that Mosby and we all are undertaking, that's how we see that. And we can trust that work because we can see the work happening every day.
Problem is the stain on all that is the situation regarding Safe Streets, and now the Fed's looking in the stuff.
So political analyst John Deedy there is pointing to other reasons for the reduction in homicides this year. In fact, 2 other men have been front and center in Baltimore's crime fight. That's City State's Attorney Ivan Bates and U.S. Attorney Eric Barron. Deedy says Ivan Bates especially has set a new tone with his tough stance on low-level crimes.
There's a new sheriff in town. The Marilyn Mosby days were over, and that, people would be prosecuted and held accountable for things. With Ivan Bates in office now, people realize he's not playing.
Now, when it comes to the mayor taking some of the credit, Deedy says what that really boils down to is politics and the upcoming election. Reporting this morning, I'm Shannon Lilly, Fox 45 News, Midday.
You can get Fox 45 News in a flash through your Amazon Alexa or Echo. We now deliver your local headlines and forecasts in less than 2 minutes. If you have an Amazon device, tell it to enable Fox 45 Baltimore. 11:18 and now to today's talking point. If you don't want to tip your DoorDash driver, then be prepared to wait longer for your food. The company is testing out a new warning message on its app. If a customer tries to place an order without a tip, they see a pop-up message that reads, "Orders with no tip might take longer to be delivered." Mark Clark with Be More Lifestyle is here now. And I think this is just an unfair system. I don't use it rarely, on occasion. But they can see how much you tip in advance, meaning you have to tip before you even get the service. Like, how do I know what you're going to get? I mean, you can give the baseline, but then what if you're terrible, which has happened? I mean, it's a quirky system to me.
Yeah, I don't like it. I need some extra cash. I step out there and deliver, but it's never based on the tip because, you know what I mean? It seems like something that don't seem right. but I'm a man of a certain age, Patrice, and that doesn't seem right.
You keep going back to that lately. You're a man of a certain age.
Yeah, that's my thing, man of a certain. Well,
I think everybody should get a tip, but that's to do it up front, and then you're going to decide whether or not. But I mean, I guess they're not making a lot of money, and they're trying to say, "I'm going to take."
Well, don't do that. If you don't do that. If you're not making a lot of money, don't do that field. Do something else. I don't like it.
I'm with you,
Patrice. I don't like it now.
I was trying to, make an argument for both sides, but I'm with you. I don't like it. All right.
I don't like it now.
Thank you, Mark. It is time now for your wild and wonderful weather with meteorologist Jasmine Lomax.
We are heading to New York City. Absolutely stunning photos coming in from the fall colors. You've got the World Trade Center, Empire State Building, and the 59th Street Bridge. Take a look at these beautiful photos. You've got the nice foliage, a good sign that we are getting closer to the peak of that foliage, especially in New York. Around Maryland, we are, though, getting closer to the midpoint for most of the state. Areas to the west are near the peak, but we still have a couple more weeks for you to enjoy the beautiful fall foliage. However, it's really starting to feel like fall, especially as we dealt with one of the coldest mornings of the season. Temperatures started off in the 20s and the 30s, many areas waking up to a frost or freeze. But as we head into the afternoon, we keep that cool trend. Temperatures will go from the 40s to the low 50s. That means that we are staying well below average for this time of year, but throughout the day, we'll have plenty of sunshine. If you plan on raking the leaves, it'll be a nice and dry day, light breeze, but it is going to be cold. We'll have plenty of sunshine this afternoon, and then overnight, clear skies. That means that temperatures will quickly plummet to the 20s and 30s. You'll likely be waking up to frosty or freezing conditions once again. Give your car some extra time to heat up. By the afternoon, we'll start to warm up. Highs reach the upper 50s and the low 60s. We'll be a little closer to average, and that warming trend will continue over the rest of the weekend. As we get ready for those cooler temperatures, make sure that you are protecting the 4 Ps: people, plants, pipes, and pets. Also, make sure to winterize your home and check your cars. Dress in layers as well, especially as we deal with cold temperatures for the morning. 53 for the afternoon with plenty of sunshine. Then as we move forward, we have the warmer temperatures on the way. 61 for the high on Friday, 66 on Saturday. Remember overnight to set your clocks back as daylight saving time ends. Then 69 on Sunday, great for the Ravens game. 70s to start the work week, and temperatures stay above average after that.
All right, Jasmine, thank you. Just in time for Thanksgiving, turkey prices are down, still ahead. Why that may not necessarily mean an overall savings on food. And just as holiday travel is expected to start picking up, Delta is laying off workers. Coming up, where the company is making cuts. 11:22, you're watching Fox 45 News Midday. 11:25, don't miss this. Ahead of the busy holiday travel season, Delta Airlines is laying off some of its corporate employees. The airliner did not say how many employees were being laid off, but a Delta spokesperson told CNBC the layoffs do not affect frontline workers like pilots or flight attendants. Delta has about 100,000 employees. Ahead of the Thanksgiving holiday, turkey prices are trending down. They are down about 13% compared to this time last year. Now, while turkey prices are down, the price of canned cranberries, canned green beans, and canned pumpkins, those are all up compared to last year. And starting today, Starbucks is bringing back its holiday cups. Hot drinks will come in one of 4 festive cups, and this year, ice drinks are also getting a holiday makeover with playful baubles and sparkles. I like it. Well, we are continuing to remember late Jeopardy host Alex Trebek. His family is launching a cancer research fund in his honor. They've teamed up with the Stand Up to Cancer Foundation to launch the Alex Trebek Fund. The fund intentionally launched in November, which is Pancreatic Cancer Awareness Month. Trebek died in November of 2020 from pancreatic cancer. And remember, you can watch Jeopardy weekdays at 7 right here on Fox 45. Well, that's all we have for Fox 45 News Midday. Be More Lifestyle up next. Mark Clark back to tell us what they're working on.
Patrice, would you ditch deodorant? There's a new trend on TikTok of people throwing the deodorants away. What? Oh, no. We'll talk about lemons. We'll talk about it coming up on Be More Lifestyle. Lemons.
You're watching Fox 45 in Baltimore. Now live from TV Hill, this is Be More Lifestyle.
And what's up, Baltimore? I'm Mark Clark, and this is Be More Lifestyle live from Studio A at Fox Baltimore. Lady T is here, along with pro wrestler Alec Oden. Good morning, everybody. Let me tell you right now.
What's up?
There's a new trend on TikTok of people ditching deodorant.
Oh, wait a minute.
Swapping out traditional deodorants and antiperspirants for facial cleaners. They're using glycolic acid and salicylic acid.
Say that 10 times fast.
Dermatologists say it works sort of. The acid will kill bacteria, but they can't stop sweat, and it's sweat mixed with bacteria that causes BO. Okay, here's my advice. If you're a stinky person, don't play with it.
Hey, don't play with it, don't play with it.
Some people have a strong body odor, and they have a recipe for it, use it. Do not, some people can get away with it.
Most of them don't even know they stink.
Well, that's true.
Most of them don't even know it's that bad.
Field.
I'm going to say, I've been doing it my whole life. In my opinion, we've already invented the wheel. The wheel's deodorant that we've always used.
Yeah,
works,
yeah.
right?
It sometimes, yeah.
It works.
It's
Why mess with it?
I just stick with it.
It depends on how much of it you use, but yes. I mean, you smell fine. It's okay. But just
Don't get too close
you
to me,
smell
lady T.
okay.
I've had a full day. Don't get too close.
Yes. Oh Lord, I could tell. You always somewhere. You out in these streets
Well,
all
you
the
know what?
time.
I got the healthier alternative.
What's that?
And I will say that it doesn't have aluminum in it.
Is it the all natural one?
Yeah, and I will say
no.
It taps out about 6 o'clock at night.
And let me tell you how it.
No, wait a minute.
Literally, it is not 8 hours. It is not 8 hours.
No.
The all natural ones, and they make your underarms turn black. They make it turn a different color. I tried it. Yeah, it turns a different color.
Not you. You must use the harsh one.
No, the one that you know exactly
olive
with the
leaf.
gold print on it. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And it turns your underarms different colors. I don't like that one. It's too natural.
Well, we want you to tell us. Would you try skipping deodorant? Vote on our website, foxbaltimore.com/vote. When you get to the website, make sure you click on the lifestyle tab. You can also vote on the.
Do not skip deodorant.
Don't skip. Yeah. Some
Everybody
people.
needs to say yes on there. Don't skip
Don't skip
deodorant.
and don't skip mouthwash. Okay. We'll see what everybody thinks at the end of the show.
And shower.
Now, Gen Z is coming after millennials. The younger generation says you can spot millennials a mile away at the club. How, you ask?
Is that us? Does that
according
video
to
of
Gen
us?
Z, millennials are always dancing for no reason. They show up at the club wearing heavy makeup while Gen Z wears only a little, and millennials will always be in heels while Gen Z shows up in sneakers. Wait a minute, Gen Z, you trying to make a stand? What is going on here?
Gen Z has always been a bunch of haters. They're a bunch of haters.
Alec, you guys are millennials, I think.
No,
you're Gen Z.
I'm Gen Z.
You guys are Gen Z.
You're Gen Z?
And why are you guys
I'm so
hating
sorry
on
to hear that.
millennials?
Yeah.
Are you a millennial?
I'm so
or Gen Z?
sorry to hear
I'm
that.
Generation
sir.
X.
Oh yeah. No, you're a baby boomer, ain't you?
I'm not a boomer.
My parents. Thank
you very much.
He
normally
moved on
it's
to the
generation. It's normally us hating on millennials. Now Gen Z's trying to pile on.
Why is everybody? I think everybody hates on the millennials because we're so important. I think that's what it is.
Oh, you're a millennial?
Yeah, I'm a millennial. Ride or die. Ride or die. What?
I think you're on that millennial line, Lady T.
Whatever. But we do dance a lot, but we don't dance as much as Gen Z does.
You guys
they
don't
do
even
on
slow
their
dance.
TikToks.
You guys
on
don't
your
even slow dance.
TikToks and whatnot. Y'all always dancing and whatnot, going like this and this and all that stuff. The hate is real for Gen Z.
Personally, I've been working in the club life for years.
Wow.
Okay,
give us some insight.
Tell us
So I
about
people
that.
watch for a living.
Yes, what do you
That's
know?
kind of what I do.
That's fun.
To be honest, man, I don't really look at what they're doing. I can usually just look at them and pretty much tell millennials in my generation are pretty close.
Yeah.
A lot of the things I read, it seemed like the opposite.
Yeah.
A lot of it would seem.
Well, Alec, you can't really give us
agree.
any information because you're too busy cracking heads at the club.
That's true.
But we
I'm good at
definitely.
throwing them out.
No, but he's right. The millennials, we are taking naps at the club now, so he knows what's up.
And you guys don't slow dance. You don't have any slow music.
We tired. We working. We working
Kids
out
have
here.
security blankets, and apparently some adults have security blankets. There's a new trend on TikTok of people talking about how much they love their yellow pillows. Now, why are they yellow? Because they're old. Experts say the color is due to dead skin, sweat, and drool that's accumulated and could lead to respiratory, skin, and sleep health. Now, let me admit, we do have a couple of those old pillows around the house.
Yeah.
And they are kind of a go-to because they're cold on one side, and sure, they might be a little stinky.
They stink.
Sure,
They're bad.
dust mites might dominate the pillow.
That's right. It's never seen deodorant. It's never seen
Alec,
deodorant.
do you agree? You look like you agree.
Absolutely, dude. I think we'll all be lying to ourselves that we didn't say we didn't have a yellow pillow in our line.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
I had them. I discovered it. Didn't like it. I bought new ones.
Oh.
I don't know. It's just kind of like because of its sweat and blood.
Here's the thing, though. Don't let the muscles fool you. He's a day trader, too.
Is he? So he does other
He's a
stuff,
rich
too.
guy. He's a white collar.
Oh,
I
that
don't know
makes
about-
sense.
You're being too nice.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
A day trader with yellow pillows. He was not
but you
playing,
know
though.
what
I don't know. I don't know. I don't get rid of your yellow pillows. They're heirlooms.
Really?
They are. You gotta keep them, and you gotta pass it down to new generations so that they too can smell the stink. They
Still
too.
ahead. His food reviews are going viral, and they're not always good. Coming up, Lady T dishes about this thing that's crazy in Atlanta, right? And Treat yourself, coming up the new way to ease sore feet after a long day. Stick around. Great show.
Yes,
Thanks, Lady T. Thanks, Alec. Appreciate you.
You're watching Be More Lifestyle.
Spending the day in heels or uncomfortable shoes can leave anyone's feet feeling wrecked at the end of the day. If you're in this situation, Julie Moran has a deal that will make your feet feel like they're in heaven. Here's America Steals and Deals.
The following segment is sponsored by Knocking.
I am so excited to tell you about this product. I love it after wearing high heels all day or a heavy workout at the gym. Footopia. This combines pushing, kneading, shiatsu, pressing, rubbing techniques that feel so good. It also has heat therapy that helps to loosen your muscles, and it also feels cozy as we get into these colder months of the year. And it can also be used on your calves as well, which is great because I get cramps in my calves. I also love it's light and it's portable. You just simply plug it in and you're good to go anywhere, vacation, the office. It's also great for everybody. It's a great gift, whether you're an athlete or you're having a physically demanding day at work, or you just want to, like me, relax after a stressful day and just sit in front of the TV. I like that it's really good for anybody. It's good for young people, it's good for older people, and also I have cold feet, so this warms my feet and massages my feet at the same time, which is actually something I've never found in a product like this. And right now, we're offering 33% off. Get that, that's a big deal on Footopia. All you have to do is head to asadeals.com for this amazing, look at this, relaxing, exclusive offer.
Johns Hopkins has a numerous of community outreach programs that aim to give back to the residents of Baltimore. Here to tell us more about some of the programs are Hosanna Asfa-Means and Lindsay Hebert of Johns Hopkins University and Medicine. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Good. Thank you for having us.
So tell us about the programs.
Well, one of the programs we have coming up soon is the Vernon Rice Memorial Turkey Program. We invite faculty and staff and students across Johns Hopkins University of Medicine to offer contributions for turkeys and produce boxes, and we are thrilled to continue our partnership with St. Anthony's of Padua Church to provide these meals to people in need.
I love it. So I see here that you've launched the annual United Way campaign in October. Talk to us about the campaign, its impact, and the partnership with the United Way of Central Maryland.
Yeah, so excited to be here to talk about the United Way. We've been a partner of the United Way campaign for several years, 30 years and counting.
Awesome.
We have the ambitious goal of fundraising over $1.5 million. And I've been reassured by our leadership that this is a goal that we will attain because we meet it every year. It's been going on for about 2 weeks, the campaign, and it'll end at the end of December. For us, it's very easy why we're supporting the United Way. We are an anchor institution, and it's important for us to support an organization such as the United Way, who's been steadfast in their commitment to supporting our communities throughout Central Maryland and specifically in the Johns Hopkins footprint.
I love it. It says the campaign also raises funds for the Johns Hopkins Neighborhood Fund. How can organizations and individuals find out more about this resource?
Yeah, so this is an amazing resource. I found out about this just a couple months ago when I started at the university. The Neighborhood Fund is a fund within the United Way. Our employees can actually designate their United Way dollars to support the Neighborhood Fund. We have a panel of peers throughout the university and health system that help us select really strong programs throughout the community. We've given about $3 million to over 350 organizations since the inception of the program in 2007. We're supporting food access, employment, community revitalization, public safety, and so much more.
So many good things going on. So you mentioned the Vernon Rice Memorial Turkey Program. You know, tell us more about that, and also, what is your holiday gift giving?
Oh, sure. So Vernon Rice was actually a mechanic at Johns Hopkins University, and he sort of started his own unofficial charity providing food to families in the city. He passed away in 2001, but with his son and his family, we've been able to honor his tradition of providing food for the holidays. So we are really looking forward this year to providing hopefully at least 500 turkeys in the city.
Wow.
And that number continues to go up and up as we see more faculty and staff and students provide donations in these days that lead up to the event.
So much great information, guys. Where can our viewers go to get more information?
Of course, you can go to gca.jhu.edu, learn more about our work. Also, just Googling Johns Hopkins United Way or Vernon Rice, and you'll find a whole host of information on the good work that's going on.
Thank you so much for joining us. Great information, and wow, it's amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
Happy holidays.
Yeah.
Still ahead, a Halloween surprise. Lady T breaks down the top costumes in Hollywood. And ringing in the holiday season with a lawsuit. How Mariah Carey is facing legal trouble over her Christmas song. What? Stick around. And it's time to spill the tea. Lady T is in the house.
Hey, what's up, fellow tea sippers? All right, let's get to spilling this tea. Okay, so Mariah Carey is officially defrosted, you guys, but she walked out of the ice and into a lawsuit. She usually comes out of the ocean or ice singing All I Want for Christmas Is You. Well, the diva's being sued for copyright infringement again. Andy Stone and Troy Powers want $20 million in damages. They claim they wrote a song with the same name. It's very similar. TMZ got the new court documents. It's identical to their lawsuit from last year, too, when she also came out of the ice. But they want to shut her down. And it's kind of giving, you know, Marcus giving All I Want for Christmas is a big payout from Mariah Carey at this point. That's what it's looking like. I don't think they're going to win, but...
It's the All I Want for Christmas Is You. That's, I mean, okay.
Yeah, I know. Once they saw it, I think the popularity of it, they have to hear it every year. I think it's, they're going to have to start singing another tune. Baby, baby. Done. You like that? All right, up next, you guys. So it's Keith Lee versus the Atlanta restaurant scene. Look, I've been waiting to speak to you about this. So the food critic received backlash after his recent food reviews. Now, he travels around trying to, you know, try out some different food and reviewing it. Now, Keith tried out Candy Burris' restaurant and the Real Milk and Honey. Now, there were major to-go order issues and service issues when he, you know, went and sent his family inside. He exposed big problems with the ATL food scene. Rapper Cardi B entered the chat, agreeing with Keith Lee, saying that she basically said it's like the restaurants there don't want to make money and they don't like people. So she has to name drop herself just to get good service. But ATL erupted on Keith Lee, even though he was just being honest. He was just giving his review. He was just talking about it. But is this going to force the ATL food scene to step up to the plate, Mark? What do you think?
No, I just think they're actually a unified market. You know what I mean? The market is so, and I think they're spoiled because they have people who come every day. They have so much business, I think they're kind of arrogant.
But see, that's the thing, though. When he went to the restaurants, there was one restaurant that was it said online that they were open. They went there, they was closed. There was nobody inside, and it was a 2-hour wait. So it made no sense, honestly. So
Candy says they don't do weekend. They don't do.
Candy said, yeah, we'll do go orders. We'll do weekend. We'll do that. Okay. All right. Well, to be continued, guys. All right. Up next, because it's it keeps pouring. So Sherry Shepherd went full Beyonce for Halloween, y'all, on her daytime talk show. She dressed in all of the Queen Bee's outfits from the Renaissance tour. The best surprise was that she had Beyonce's mom, Tina Knowles, on the show. Mama Tina was spilling all of the tea about her daughter. She said she's glad she's not backstage of that tour anymore because she was shocked at how her daughter acted. She said her daughter apologizes for how mean she gets sometimes backstage. Mama Tina even quoting her own daughter's song, Flaws and All. It says, I'm a wreck in the morning and a blank in the afternoon. Mama Tina said, listen, and evenings too, baby. Hashtag shade. But Tina says she understands it's the heat of the moment, so she gets it. I think she's just, Mama Tina is so funny to me. I just, she don't play about her daughter, but she will spill the tea. Okay, baby. I just feel like she's so interesting.
You can imagine, you know, I mean, she does, I mean, Beyonce does have the weight of the world on her.
She does. It's a lot of pressure back there. I totally get it. You know, you're in the heat of the moment, but at least she comes and apologizes. That takes a lot for somebody to come and apologize like that. The Queen Bee apologizing to Mama Bee. Look at her. Go ahead. I love it. I love it.
You're killing it, Lady T.
I want to roll. It's this outfit and the hair, I think. All right. That's it for the tea for today. I'm giving y'all pink Starburst air energy today.
And what do we need to do?
We got to go sip on all that tea.
All right. Let's check the best weather in America with Jasmine.
We are heading south to Mississippi. A beautiful photo coming in from sunrise, but a very cold morning for Mississippi. Take a look over the water. You can see some fog. They're not the only ones dealing with the cold temperatures. Much of the country looking at a big cool down. We started the morning for many areas at or below freezing or just hovering above that number. So certainly a very cold start to the morning. Here's a look at temperatures around the lower 48. Again, many areas in the blue, starting with those very cold temperatures by the afternoon. Unfortunately, not a big warm up. Across the state of Maryland, we were mainly in the 20s and 30s, with many of us waking up to frosty or freezing conditions for the first time this season. Unfortunately, into the afternoon, the cool trend will continue. Our temperatures will rise to about about 48 around noon with plenty of sunshine. Then this afternoon, we're looking at the low 50s. That is well below average for this time of year. But again, plenty of sunshine for the day. That's the good news. As we continue into the afternoon, we'll have a few more clouds move in, but otherwise nice and dry throughout the day. Not as breezy as it was yesterday, and that will help with how it feels outside. We'll start with plenty of sunshine for the morning, but cold temperatures as Friday begins, and you could be waking up to frosty or freezing conditions with lows in the 20s and 30s. By the afternoon, we'll reach the upper 50s and low 60s, so warmer temperatures are on the way, and we'll keep that warm trend throughout the weekend. We're talking highs approaching the 70s by the end of the weekend. Make sure as we deal with cold weather that you are protecting the 4 Ps, people, plants, pipes, and of course pets. Dress in layers as well, especially tomorrow morning getting ready for those cold temperatures. 53 and sunny for the afternoon. Then tomorrow, temperatures around 61, a nice warm up. 66 on Saturday. Remember to set your clocks back before you go to sleep. Then 69 on Sunday, great for the Ravens game. We start the work week in the 70s on Monday and Tuesday. Mid 60s on Wednesday. We do have the chance for a few showers. Then after that, temperatures will gradually fall. Back to you.
Still ahead, there's a new trend on TikTok of people throwing out their deodorants, coming up what they're swapping their traditional deodorants and antiperspirants for, and what you're saying about it.
This Be More Lifestyle segment is sponsored by GoodRx.
This cold and flu season could be severe, and as the season approaches, the prevention, treatment, and management of respiratory illnesses like COVID-19 and RSV, as well as the common cold and the flu, is vital. Executive Director at GoodRx, Dr. Preeti Parikh, joins us now to share tips on navigating this cold and flu season. So, Doc, what should people know about the cold and flu season this year?
Well, thank you for having me. Well, last year, as most of you may remember, that it was a brutal season. We saw COVID-19, flu, and RSV, the three viruses that cause the most serious illness and complications, all spike at the same time. And so it caused a lot of issues for people, but also to the healthcare infrastructure. But this year, it's still early to tell, but we're hoping that we can avoid that with the new vaccines out, that we may not have as crazy of a year. Right now, we are seeing RSV starting to tick up, but cold and flu and also the other viruses are still stable, so we're waiting to see. But as the cold weather approaches us, more people go indoors, and that's when the viruses spread. So we have to wait and see what happens, but if everyone gets vaccinated, we hopefully won't have a major issue.
And what preventative measures should people take to stay healthy?
So they still should follow those standard precautions where you're washing your hands with soap and water, hand sanitizer, sneezing and coughing into your elbow, not into your hands, not touching your face constantly, and also making sure that if you're sick, you stay home, or if your colleagues or friends or family members are sick, you socially distance, and maybe just reschedule that play date or meeting and make it on Zoom so that you're not spreading the germs. But it's also really important to make sure you get those vaccines. So we have RSV vaccines available for those that are eligible, high risk, so talk to your healthcare provider to see if you're one of them that can get it. But we also have flu and COVID-19 vaccines all ready to go, and it is not too late to get them. So at GoodRx, we actually know that the dollar is being stretched, and people are having issues getting the flu shot at an affordable price, either with their insurance or without their insurance. So we actually went out and worked with manufacturers and retailers to really find price affordability so that people can go and get their vaccine at an affordable price. So if they go to goodrx.com/to colds and flu, put in their zip code, they can see their local pharmacy with the best price and get that flu shot to help you prevent getting sick.
And is that the best way they can stay up to date on what's going on with the cold and flu season and the information?
Well, goodrx.com/cold and flu is an amazing resource. We have not only where you can get the flu shot and prices, but affordable medications, but we also have content on how to diagnose by doctors and pharmacists and healthcare experts, what to look for, what symptoms, prevention, treatment. And also we have a vaccine guide, so you know which vaccines you're eligible for, what you should get, and so you can have those conversations with your healthcare provider. And we have a tracker that's tracking flu, RSV, and COVID-19 based on prescription refills. So if you see Tamiflu increasing in the pharmacy, we know that flu is on the rise. So then you know, and you can get that information to really figure out what you may have if you're sick, and talk to your healthcare provider and see what the trends are in going on in the U.S.
Doc, again, thanks for this powerful information. Okay, have a great day.
Thank you.
There's a new trend on TikTok of people ditching deodorant. They're swapping out traditional deodorants and antiperspirants for facial cleaners. They're using glycolic acid and salicylic acid, whatever it's called. And they say that, yeah, the acid actually kills the bacteria, but it doesn't stop sweat, and that could still make you funky. And we wanted you to tell it. Would you try skipping deodorant? Most of you are saying no.